And welcome back to part 5 of What If Naruto Has Zanpakuto, the Minazuki edition. Quick things to address. Someone brought up the reason why Jiraiya taught the summoning jutsu to Naruto he planned to do it later, but he figured it was the quickest way to get to the Nine Tails chakra, which, sure, but it still begs the question, why not try practicing it first, then get down to the bottom of the barrel? But you're right. To the person who brought that up. I can't remember who it was, and I'm not going to bring it up. But it wasn't his main goal to teach him the summoning. It was his main goal to teach him the Fox Chakra. And he used that as a way to get there. But also, someone asked, please give Sasuke his Zanpakuto. No, because that is not what this what if is. All the other Zanpakuto, by the way, do not exist in any one of these videos. It is just this sword. That's it. Sasuke getting his Zanpakuto is a completely different thing. We can do that another time. Either way, we are here now, and we're back. So, as I said, basically the 2 weeks come and go. Naruto's has been training pretty hard with Gamma in sword style. He's become pretty proficient as well. He has that meeting with Hinata. Again, you're kind of weird, but I like people like you. And, makes her all, he does also ask how she's feeling and how she's doing. She actually makes sure to check on her to be sure she's okay. He has that confrontation with Gaara and with Shikamaru that gets rid by Guy. And really, not much else happens leading up to the actual Chunin exam. We get there, Sasuke's late, as he should be. Everyone's like, everyone else go to the waiting booth. Naruto and Neji stay here. And Neji, goads Naruto. Anything to say? Anything to say before you lose? And just holds his hand in the air. I'm gonna win. And so the fight goes down. And Naruto isn't as headstrong here as he would be like in the original. He's had enough time and interactions with individuals like Minazuki and training other individuals to at least be a little more level-headed and at least test Neji out. Plus, he knows not to get too close to Neji if he can help it. But he also knows, and he's not trying to kill Neji necessarily, so going for Minazuki right off the bat is maybe not the smartest thing to do. However, he also has Minazuki, so if he does give him a serious, he maybe chops his arm off or something like that by mistake and tells him to forfeit, he can heal him quick enough with Minazuki to do so. But Naruto actually starts out the fight with some kunai in hand, and again, just like before, he does go in close to Neji. Neji actually surprisingly misses like he did in the original, and Naruto actually throws a few kunai at him, to which he just grabs it, blocks, and just tosses him back to Naruto, who just blocks with his sword, then creates a couple clones. They rush in at him, and Neji does now have to be mindful not just of Naruto fisticuffs, but of Naruto's sword. He has to be mindful of that. Fortunately, his Byakugan allows him a lot in the ways of vision, and he trained under Guy, so he's a highly skilled taijutsu user. So he takes out the clones initially, like he does originally. And then Naruto makes the multi-clones again. They come rushing in. Neji bypasses them and just hits the main Naruto. Turns out it was a fake. Naruto says, got you! And, it comes in, some other clones come in. Sword's ready. Naruto's aiming for non-lethal points. Really, he's just trying to incapacitate Neji, but it doesn't matter as Neji uses the rotation. Naruto grinds against it with his blade, and they just go poof, and he goes flying. He catches himself, though, very quickly, and is just wondering what the hell happened. Rotation. Trigon's rotation. And, everyone's in the crowd just going, he was able to do that technique. Amazing. Watch closely, Hinabe. His blood, the Hyuga blood, runs stronger through him than anyone else in our family, even your sister. And, Hinata's watching, and she's worried. But unlike before, she doesn't have the coughing fit, so she's actually able to see the entire match with Naruto. And so Naruto comes in again. This time, he's not holding back. I mean, he's doing everything but aiming to kill at this point. He also has put a little bit of chakra in the blade, to which Neji, upon dodging the blade initially, notices as the chakra wrapping around the blade extends the length of the blade, not by a lot, by about maybe an inch or two, or inch and a half, which Neji doesn't catch initially, so he actually gets it in clipped, just What? This chakra in the blade. And Naruto's like, got you. And he actually comes in as Neji wasn't prepared and actually does land a strike on Neji, within just clips him on the arm. Fortunately, his arm's not useless, but it is. Naruto can feel just. It's like, darn it all. I didn't know you could. I should have remembered from your match with the Inuzuka. You can channel chakra through your sword. I'll have to be mindful of that. And so, yeah, you do that. Shadow Clone Jutsu! And he's only able to make like 2 clones. What? And say, I've already hit a major chakra point in your arm. Give up now. It's only going to get worse. Yeah, screw that! Ah! And, charges in again. It's like, rotation! This time, Naruto does what he did against Kiba, because Neji reminded him of that, channeling chakra in his blade just to try to halt it. Unfortunately, unlike with Kiba, who was spinning at high velocity and he could kind of just club with his sword because he couldn't cut him. This is not something Naruto can just power through with his chakra, with his blade or his chakra, even in the blade. It's just not something he can do. He's thinking on like he could summon Minazuki, but that would just, there's not much Minazuki at the moment could do. At best he could swallow up Neji temporarily and spit him back out, but even then, Neji could rotation in his mouth and just injure Minazuki, and Naruto's like, I can't put Minazuki through that. And, he gets blown back, and this time Neji's just like, you're within my, or what is it? How do you say it? You're within my vision, or something like that. Anyway, 8 trigrams, 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 8 trigrams, 64 palms. And just, Naruto gets, floored. As it's over. He's not going to be able to get back up. And Naruto obviously stands back up, and then Neji reveals the story of what happened to him. After, Naruto's just berating him. So, the Naruto does, do like that bit. And so you had a lot of crap happen to you. So what? Just makes it stronger. Just makes it stronger for it. You wish to be more badly injured, then so be it. And then Naruto has a choice here. There is 2 ways this could go. And Naruto probably wants to use Minazuki, but Minazuki's going to take a bit too long just to reopen all of his chakra points and all that. Minazuki's probably going to be better off for recovering later on, but he already has the ointment from Minazuki anyway, so he can just do that later. So really, what he does is just focuses on the seal and just like, it's like, what is this chakra? Is it even chakra? And Naruto's and you get that to get the music going. Naruto's there. He basically has this flaming aura around him, covering his blade, and he just throws the shuriken out there. But he then just rushes Neji, and fortunately, very conscious about it, as Neji catches and blocks the blades. Comes in again, just gets him with the back of the sword. It launches him. Neji almost gets cratered into the wall, but barely stops himself. It's like, you think you want? I'll change the fate of the Euclid after I become Hokage. And they clash. He does the 8 palms rotation. Naruto has Minazuki and clashes with their 8 palms rotation. I think ultimately what happens is what happens. I think Naruto though overpowers the rotation, and Neji is in an even worse state than he was in. But he's still able to walk over to the defeated Naruto, and Naruto just climbs out of there, and does the whole knock him out thing. You can do it, because unlike me, you're not a failure, and so he wins the match. And everyone's cheering for him. And I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's my teammate. And Hinata actually gets to see it. It's like, he did it. And then Naruto looks up, and he looks in the crowd and sees Hinata there, and just gives the big smile and thumbs up. It's like, I told you I'd do it. And she blushes, but she's happy and all that. Yay. Anyway, everything else goes literally same. They skip over the Gaara Sasuke match. Kankuro versus Shino, obviously. Shikamaru versus Tamari goes the same. There's nothing that's changed about this that has changed at all. And Sasuke's match with Gaara goes the same. What changes up a bit is when the Genjutsu is placed. I think Minazuki is able to kind of just use a kind of pseudo Jinchuriki thing here, and just be like, don't worry, you're not going to fall asleep. To which, then Gaara and the group had, run off. Sasuke gives chase, and then some sound ninja come in. Naruto actually is able to just actually manages to catch one off guard and just actually cuts him and he just kills him. And then Kakashi comes in and, saves the rest of the day. And Naruto realizes, I just killed that man. Like, Naruto suddenly is, like, and he sees the blood in the blade. And first off, this is very important because the first person we ever see Naruto kill is in Shippuden, of all things, and it was the fake Itachi clone. But you have to remember the type of Zanpakuto and who the Zanpakuto of Minazuki belonged to. There's a reason this image exists, that this is the Bankai of Minazuki here. We're not at Bankai, right? There are very few Bankai I see Naruto achieving before Part 2. Miyazuki's not one of them. Miyazuki is one of them. It's not one of the Zanpakutos he's going to hit Bankai until Part 2. But there's the sight of the blood on there. Naruto is, first off, trying to comprehend the fact that he just killed a man. And as well as the fact that he feels Minazuki's mood change. Like, Minazuki has always been a little cold, has always been a little, like, but it's been helpful and, overall not friendly. It's his partner. He's trying to work with him. But this is the first time he's felt like Miyazuki, like, almost elated. Like, there's something's up with Miyazuki after getting that blood on him. Now, Miyazuki has gotten some blood before, but this is the first time he's killed someone, Miyazuki. Naruto's just like, Miyazuki, what's wrong? He's like, the blood. And the voice is actually much stronger than normal, too. Because Miyazuki, as time has gone on, Naruto's learned more about it and talked to Minazuki more, has become more vocal, more articulate. I mean, it's not like per Naida or anything like that, where it's like, it had to evolve. No, it's just, Miyazuki's been opening up to Naruto more and more. But now Miyazuki's like, the blood. And before he can get an answer from Miyazuki, what's going on, Kakashi snaps at Naruto. Now's not the time to think about it. All you need to know is you did what you had to do to protect yourself and others. You're a ninja of this village. Death is what we deal with. There was a day was going to come when you were going to have to kill. You were going to have to do that, and it's better not to happen now than later down the road when you won't be prepared for it. Just remember, you're doing this to protect everyone and everything you care about and love. And Naruto, takes a couple breaths, and Miyazuki seems to have calmed back down, but he's wondering, what was that about Miyazuki? Again, kind of tied to the Bankai level, because Unohana is a crazy bitch, but still awesome. But anyways, but that's neither here nor there, Naruto. You and Sakura and Shikamaru need to go and get Sasuke. Here, Paku will lead you. And so they go after Sasuke. We have to cut now to where Naruto and Sakura basically show up for where they show up and save Sasuke from Gaara. So Naruto doesn't say he kicks Gaara, but he's already got Minazuki out. He's right. Like, he could see it miles off, like good ways off. Even though he didn't want to slice at Gaara immediately, he definitely was needed to attack him and have Minazuki at the ready. And so, the fight, Naruto Uzumaki, you never cease to amaze. Sakura, get Sasuke out of here. And, he hands Sakura the ointment he has. And it's like, give him some of that. It'll heal any of the wounds he has up pretty quick and should restore some of his chakra. I've got this guy. So you've got me, Naruto. No, you will not take away my prize. You will not take away my meaning for existing. And he just fires at Naruto, who was like, Sakura moves. Like, you're not going anywhere. And Sasuke and Sakura has to basically, Sasuke. And that's how, she gets put against the tree. Like, Sakura. It's like, Naruto. And now, to be fair, Sasuke isn't floored because of his curse mark, because he doesn't have the curse mark. I'm not saying every time Naruto has a Zanpakuto, Sasuke won't get the curse mark. In fact, I don't want to risk any copyright shit, but I've considered playing a couple of the Bleach OTSs, the original soundtracks, over this for certain scenes, and one came to mind for a certain scene when Sasuke does have the curse mark. But we're way off from that. It's a different thing entirely. Anyway, but Sasuke is still tired. Like, he can only pull off about 2 Chidori a day, 3 with the curse mark, and yeah, he was not able to take on Gaara, sadly. So Naruto, but he's tired, and it's like, Sasuke, how you feeling? He's got a little better. This stuff does work fast, and he's already starting to feel a bit better thanks to Mizuki's ointment. Mizuki's ointment is like, do you think you can get Sakura out there? Give me enough time, I might be able to. You're not going anywhere, Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki. I will prove my existence. I will feel alive. It's like, go. It's like, got it. And Naruto just comes in with his blade and just goes toe to toe with Gaara for a little bit, and he knows for a fact he's got to put chakra into his blade. He's getting clones. He's actually keeping Gaara at considerable distance. Given the fact his blade gives him a good amount of reach because it's a very big blade, and the fact that Naruto's using his clones. Unfortunately, his defense is just too great for Naruto to get through immediately, and Naruto figures this out pretty quick. And obviously, he does straight for the teachers of Kakashi Sensei. 1,000 years of death. It's like, an enema, great. And Sasuke's like, and then obviously Gaara smacks him. Swallow Minazuki. And just lands on Minazuki. Boom, boom. And then there you go. It's like, Minazuki, throw me. Or he actually goes inside Miyazuki's mouth, another tactic he can use, and then just spits out. And then all of a sudden Naruto just does a bunch of shadow clones. Miyazuki just and then just reseals back into Naruto's back as Naruto's sword again into his hands as the clones come in. The clones have kunais. The main Naruto's got Minazuki again, and they go, Naruto, Uzumaki barrage, and just comes in, just beats the living tar out of Gaara. Did I underestimate him? And then Naruto's like, is ready. He doesn't want to kill Gaara because he can tell he knows that loneliness. He knows exactly who Gaara is and what Gaara is and how Gaara has probably felt all this time. But that doesn't mean he's not going to beat the crap out of him. So he's ready to go. The guy's blade again sealed, and he's basically a basic technique you can do is very much in the vein of Aido, I believe is the quick draw style, which we know that Mifune uses. And that you have to push the blade against the scabbard when you're drawing it. And that is part of the quick draw, but also allows force. And that's part of how the quick draw works. What Naruto has to do, because he has it over his back, is actually hold the back of the scabbard and then pull the blade and use the force there and just shing, and then come down for one final attack. Not to him. Not him. No way. There's no way I'm going to lose to a guy like him. And then obviously Gaara turns into the Shukaku. It's like, oh, God, man. And you really are amusing. To thank you, I'll give you a swift death. No, damn it. And he sees Sakura. And then finally, just like, he just focuses a little bit, focuses his chakra. Summoning Jutsu! What am I doing here, brat? Hey, Chief Toad. I wouldn't have called you unless I had to. What's going on here? I see. Shikaku the Sand Spirit. What do you think? What do you think? Will you help me out, please? Just for the sake of my friends? Friends? Take a hike. What? Come on! You said you accepted me. Well, we haven't even sealed the deal yet. Why do I want to mess with a guy like him anyway? Please, my friends are in trouble. Please, Chief Toad, I'm begging you. It's like, very well. And Gamakichi's not admittedly here. Because Naruto didn't decide to just do summoning jutsu to try to take him out. By the way, note that Naruto was able to summon Gamabunta that second time around without the use of... We never saw a fox chakra involved there. So it's very clear he did that with his own chakra. So, that showed in the Deishish. I was like, very well. All right, then. Fine. Interesting. You really are amusing. And, he cuts off the arm. Just hold on, brat. Yeah. And he's so heavy I was barely able to make that cut. Not bad, Naruto Uzumaki. A spirit. What's that? A spiritual medium. He's like, so The Shikaku, the Sand Spirit, is a malevolent being. Yeah, he will eat of your psyche. Because he hunts your. I can't remember the exact line, but it's basically the user can no longer sleep. The terrors are too great. If your user does sleep, he will eat away his psyche. Since he doesn't get much sleep to begin with, the Shikaku is suppressed. But if he were to fall asleep and he just sleeps and Shikaku comes out, I'm finally free. Let's do this. Air bullet, liquid bullet, air bullet. Too bad. And obviously you go through the motions. He turns into the fox, grabs him. Naruto comes in, wakes up Gaara. And then then Naruto focuses and needs some chakra. The only difference here is he has a sword, so he's able to at least cut a couple of the tendrils, but it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, headbutts Gaara, and they square off. He knocks Gaara out. Fortunately, he basically gets caught. He and Gaara both get caught by Minazuki as he releases Minazuki to catch them, and basically swallow them up and take a few moments. And then gets spit out. Gaara's still in pretty bad shape. Naruto's in less bad shape because he was actually even able to still move pretty much. And to the point where Naruto can kind of stand a little bit. It's almost unbearable, isn't it? The loneliness. It's like, why? I was like you. I just was suffering. It was unbearable. But then I found people who accepted me for who I am. So why would you do this for anyone other than yourself? Because they saved me from my loneliness. And that's why I'll do anything I can to protect them. Even if I have to kill you. And again, Miyazuki kind of pulsates for a little bit. Just boop, boop. And then finally Sasuke comes in. Sakura's going to be okay. That's a relief. And then finally the Sand Trio, or Sand and Tamari and Kankuro come get their brother. I'm sorry. Don't worry about Gaara. Obviously, the third and Orochimaru had their fight. Third died. Orochimaru's armless, is without arms. So ends the end of the Chunin exams, really. They go to the funeral, they mourn, and Itachi and Kasame show up to start some shit. And that's where we're going to leave off for part 5. Going into part 6, we'll be going basically into the training arc or the Tsunade retrieval arc, really, with the possible Rasengan training. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know we'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.